Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next reaction to 911 Season 2. Last episode was called New Beginnings, and it was a really good episode that ended on a really scary, dark note. So Doug finally made his move on Chimney and Maddie by stabbing Chimney multiple times outside Maddie's apartment, breaking into the apartment, and then when Maddie saw him face to face, he punched her square in the face, and it was really scary actually, because I assumed stupidly that he was going to like sit in the background for a while, working his way into like Chimney's mind, and then reveal himself maybe towards the finale. But no, he's made his move already. Now, what I was hoping from this episode was going to be something really tense, where he's like got Maddie hostage or something, and Chimney's dying outside, and something really scary, but might wrap up the situation. However, from looking at the episode title, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It's called Chimney Begins. Now, we know the Begins episodes are backstories on our main characters and how they became part of their current jobs. If it's anything like the Hen episode, that entire episode took place in the past. So whether they're going to leave us on that cliffhanger last episode of Chimney dying outside the apartment, do a whole episode with nothing but backstory, and then go back to it, possibly. What they could do, which would be a sensible dramatic TV thing to do, is show us Chimney like dying outside the apartment, like bleeding out, then cut back to the past, because that would really like ramp up the tension. So there's a good chance that we're not going to get any movement on the main storyline in this episode if it follows the same sort of format as the Hen episode. It might do something different. It might flash forward and backwards from current times to old times. I'm going to find out in a minute when I watch it, so I'm probably just rambling to you guys, but you know I like to guess about these things. But yeah, if it's like the Hen one and it's just in the past, that means we're going to get no movement on whether Chimney's alive or Maddie's okay, which I don't like. It's quite a while since I watched the last episode, and I've been dying to know what's happened. So to have like another episode where I don't think I'm going to have time to watch another one today, where I don't know what's going on, might stress me out too much. But let's jump into it to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and if you want to watch a full-length reaction to this episode, as well as a couple in advance, there's a Patreon link down below in the description box for you on YouTube. Let's jump into 911 Season 2, Episode 12, Chimney Begins. Chimney? Oh, it is showing us him being stabbed. Chimney! Oh, I knew they were going to do this to us. Los Angeles 2005, yeah. Oh, I knew they were going to do this to us.
I've got two words for you. Sleeved blankets.
Why would I want that?
Slank it.
What if the blanket had sleeves? Now you can grab your glass.
See, I remember when these kind of things first came on the scene and people were like, okay, good idea, but didn't really kick off.
A backward sweater.
Whereas comes to nowadays, and it's like hoodies and all that stuff where you're basically just wearing a blanket all the time.
About
Weird.
fitness centers for children.
And the bear chases my blues away.
So I wonder when he gets with that woman that he was with. What was her name? The one he was with when he had that car accident in Series 1.
You're Tina, right? I've seen you here before. My buddy manages the place. I just help him out from time to time. I'm actually an entrepreneur.
What kinds?
Venture capital.
Shots up at the bar.
Oh, she was flirting. He looks like a douche.
What are you flirting with the busboy?
I was
Ew.
being nice. It must suck to be him.
What a bitch. What? What a bloody dickhead. What an absolute knob. Chimney helped save the day. Aww. Cool, baby. Strange, but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy. Burning down the house.
Except it did. That one woman went up like a Roman candle. How he tackles her to the ground like a linebacker.
I'm small, but I'm fast, evidently.
Everyone is just freaking out.
You're a hero.
Oh.
I don't know about that, Mrs. Lee. I just did what I felt I needed to do.
That's the very definition of a hero.
So I can expect rent to be late this month?
John.
What?
I think that real job just found me. I applied today to join the LA Fire Department to be a firefighter.
Good.
Civil service.
And I feel like this is something that I've been called on to do. Does that sound corny?
It's a
Yeah.
noble decision. Man's decision.
Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
You should call your father.
Oh, well, you know,
Nice parents.
the time difference with Seoul is tricky, so, just should wait to see if I make it. to
Brian
training.
Thompson. No, I don't want to see him again.
Statistically, we'd have to be on the job for over 300 years before we're likely to die in the line of duty.
We?
Yeah, I play too.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you out of your mind?
So they his parents.
You see this? This is a Los Angeles firefighter patch. Han, Howard,
Howard Hahn.
118. Lee, Kevin, 133.
No.
Martinez, Jorge, 127.
Going somewhere separate. Sad.
I love you so.
Oh, God. No. I'm not going to enjoy this.
You forget to tip the delivery guy?
That's funny. I'm Howard Hahn, new recruit. Where do you want me, sir?
Take care of the table, then clean the kitchen, and then the crapper.
Oh. At least he's using the time to be productive. Mostly.
Fires are coming down. We saved everybody.
It was amazing.
Howie, how was your shift?
Not good. Oh, they even though it was an epic. Oh, I can't even speak. I was that annoyed. Sitting and eating on an extra table.
Jumper, 5-car pileup, a couple of gunshot wounds, you know. the
Maybe this
usual.
is where he started to learn to lie.
Crazy, right?
So when we met him in series 1, he would just lie about loads of little things with partners and stuff. That's where it stems from.
Help me, please! Somebody please help me, please! Please, please, this is my husband. I think he's having a heart attack. Please.
When did the pain start? Tell me about brunch.
Buffet.
He's already getting better, you can see it.
Hey, right
Hand's
on.
gone down.
Okay, and did you just have one thing, or did you have like a little bit of everything?
Bits of everything.
Bits of everything. Yeah, that's how you do it at a buffet, right? A little of this, a little of that, before you
Oh
know it, you've
dear.
tried everything.
Don't you think you should use the paddle thingies and shock his heart or something?
I think he's doing better now. Dave, do you feel like you're doing better?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, the pain.
There we go. It's
This is
gas.
probably indigestion. So you started to
Indigestion.
feel the pain in your chest, and then you started to panic. Right? A panic attack can look a lot like a heart attack to a layperson. I think you're gonna be fine.
Oh, God.
You are my angel. Come here. Come here.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Please.
Hey guys, weirdest thing happened today.
Wasn't your girlfriend supposed to come and cook us dinner?
Next Tuesday.
Such racist arseholes.
Yes.
Yep, it's your other kid.
우리 저녁 먹고 있어 지금.
하워드가 전화요. 왜? 뭐 달라고 하는 거예요?
몰라. 돈 필요하겠지.
Who's she?
Dad, I don't need money. I've got some news.
Dad's
I got
a new partner.
job. I joined the fire department.
She's like a bitch.
It's not just fires, it's fire and rescue. I save lives.
하워드 미안하지만 명희 알버트 일정을 너무나 바쁘게 해가지고
Right, of course. You know what?
I hate people.
필요 없어.
We took you in because we love you, Howie. You're family.
Oh. Oh, brave Scott. She seems so nice.
That's all I need.
It's such a stark contrast between their family and his actual dead father, who has a kid that he's taking care of, but has ignored Howard. And as soon as he rings, like, "Do you need money?" Awful people. I feel like these flashback episodes just make me angry.
What about movies? I've seen them all. Sports, I can tell the difference between a home run and a
They all just
touchdown.
really racist, but they didn't seem it at the end of the last time.
TV, Broadway, classic literature.
They all,
Tell
like,
me what your
reported
thing
that
is,
guy.
and I'll make it mine. Let's just be cool here, man. You know, I'm told I have formidable people skills, but You just really don't like me much, do you?
If I thought about you at all, honestly, I probably wouldn't.
Suit up, Han. You're with me today. I cleared it with the captain.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but I'm not a paramedic.
Where's it all coming from?
Worry about where it's going.
You have fun? I can see why they don't put this in the brochure.
I'm hoping that doing this is good for Chimney, because that guy was like, he did really well. I hope.
Look, in this job, friends die. Right? Funerals are held. They're not going to just give you their friendship until you earn their respect. They're not just protecting you, they're protecting themselves.
That's not what this is about, if we're honest with each
You
other.
don't name a puppy until you know it's going to pull through.
When I saved that girl at the bar, for a second there, I felt, maybe for the first time ever, not heroic, just useful. I never saw myself over the family, so I figured, what the hell, live fast, die young, pull some folks through a burning building in slow-mo.
I pulled a 10-year-old third degree out of a car fire, right? And I handed her off to some rookie MD who everyone said was a golden boy, and I watched him do everything wrong.
Happens.
She died on that scene before we left.
It's not about the rush anymore? You know, the thrill?
If that's the question you're gonna ask after that, I'm sorry in advance for the lesson you gotta learn.
Yeah.
You too, Proby.
Oh. Oh, don't show us Chimney being stabbed again. Is he like flashing back through his life because he's dying? Oh no! Hey. Oh, he's gonna die. I can see it coming. He's too happy. I don't like it. Chimney. Ah, no, 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 no. Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Are you okay?
Oh, God.
And it started after the first floor collapsed?
Before, actually.
Ghastly?
I think it's all the folding I do.
Maybe?
I work in the fitting room and no one, and I mean no one, ever folds their clothes.
I mean, that's true.
I'm getting vomiting and headaches. Maybe they broke a gas main down there.
You'll be smelling it. The lines are intact. Canard.
Not necessarily. Oh, but I forgot this dickhead doesn't do anything unless it's his idea.
Come in. O'Connor, where's Tommy?
He's right behind me.
Officer, clear everyone back from this building! I think it's a methane leak!
What does that Proby think he's doing?
Everybody move away!
Such a hero. Oh, why am I crying again? Oh, God. Yeah. He is like reliving his life, isn't he? Life flashing before his eyes, sort of thing.
The things that can't be treated with ointment and a splint are the things that'll kill us. The guilt, the loss, the images.
Totally agree.
You can't drink or sniff or screw them away. Hand it off.
I like this man a lot.
Kevin died, Eli.
And Tommy didn't. Because of you. But we hand him off so that we can pick up the next guy. And at the end of the day, maybe ourselves. Because if we don't,
We become the patients.
and the world has too many of them. What it needs is more caregivers. Go give care.
Where did this guy go to? He seems nice.
But first, better coffee. And a decent breakfast.
He couldn't come. Not yet. Please forgive him. Forgive me.
It's not your fault. I'm the one who got Kevin into this. I'm the reason that...
I had never seen him happier. Being a firefighter. Finally having something important to do. All you did was help him find his purpose.
She's so lovely.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without him.
I want to cuddle Chimney so much. I love him. I've liked him ever since like the first episode, but I mean, for a little while when he was lying about all this stuff, because I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but he's just a nice person.
Love Actually, monster trucks, craft beer.
Oh, now we want to be friends, do you?
So you're back. How's that head of yours?
Still fat, but clearer. You saved my life. Thank you.
The word you're looking for is, I'm sorry for being a dick. Maybe I'm too much of a bitch for these people, but I'd be like, the word you're looking for is sorry.
Hi, hello.
We just wanted to come here and thank you. You're the reason that we're both alive.
So who do we have here?
This is Adam. Say hi.
Hi, Adam.
You're the guy
He still
that
needs a middle
saved
name.
it, but he helped as well.
Oh,
Kevin?
well, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to earn some kind of cool nickname. How are you just not gonna cut it, is it?
Chimney.
You know, I think he looks like a Kevin.
Chimney. 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 Chimney.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You're gonna be fine.
I like the callback.
You're gonna be fine.
Oh, fuck. Don't end there. Shit! Okay, that was my reaction to 911 Season 2, Episode 12, Chimney Begins. And it did one of the things that I kind of estimated at the beginning that it was going to do, which was show us Chimney being stabbed / dying on the floor, and then flash back to his life. And we get actually no sort of progress on the main storyline. Now, what I didn't guess, which I should have done because it's quite obvious now that I've seen it, is the kind of the episode, his whole flashback was his life flashing before his eyes as he's dying on the floor, which is a really cool twist on the backstory episode. Like the hen one, it was literally just, here's a piece of her backstory. It wasn't like a intercut or interspersed with pieces of the current story. It was just a flashback episode. And this one was a flashback episode, but in the vein of his life flashing before his eyes, which was a really cool way to do it that was slightly different from last time. But also really heartbreaking. Like the few moments that we saw throughout, there was a bit at the beginning when we saw him on the floor being stabbed, which did a bit of a recap, and we saw a little bit in the middle, towards the end anyway, when he was at the hospital, and kind of like he saw himself bleeding and like and stuff, and we kind of knew what was going on. I don't like it. I really don't like it, especially because now, because I'm definitely not going to have a chance to watch it today. You can probably see already that it's darker in here. The sun's gone almost completely down outside, so I'm not going to record anymore today. If I get a chance tomorrow, I'm going to have to watch the next one, because I need to know if he dies or not. I can't see him getting killed off as a character, but we've done a flashback episode. We've really built up how great a person he is, which in a lot of TV shows is where they would kill someone off, right? They've got a perfect way to do it, a really dramatic way to do it after such an emotional episode about Chimney, but I don't want him to die, I want him to survive, so we'll see what happens in the next one. But back to this episode. It was really nice to see more of his backstory about how he became a firefighter, how he started off as a bartender, and then saved someone's life because that obnoxious dickhead of a bartender was lighting all these things on fire. Someone got set on fire. Chimney rushed straight in to save the day. And they do stay with a lot of these things that you find a calling. There's something happens that sparks you into that. That was his moment. That was really cute to see. But it was just hard, again, to watch, like with the Hen episode, having to watch these people fight for their place. I don't understand this logic, and maybe it's just me as a person who's different to these old kind of, what's it called, like, old boys clubs? That's not the word I'm looking for. Old men's clubs, that kind of thing, where you have to prove your place for people to accept you. That shouldn't be how it is. If you go through the same training as everybody else, and you go through that training, and you pass, and you get given a job, you should be given that chance. But with these places, like we saw with Hen and like with Chimney, you really, really have to prove yourself. And I hate that kind of mentality. Like Chimney was there for ages and ages and ages, not being allowed to go out on the field. So how was he meant to prove himself? I mean, the guy did say you've got to prove yourself to these people. I think part of it is a race thing. I feel like if he was just this like hunky white person that walked in like Buck, it might be different. However, I say that now. However, whenever we eventually get to a Buck Begins episode, it might be a different story. It might be he had to prove himself as well. I don't know. I just assume it was about a race thing because it definitely wasn't. But part of it with the Hen one at least was she was a female. So that's just like, for me, where I feel like part of it might have come from. But take it at its value that they were saying he has to prove himself. I still don't like it because you shouldn't have to prove yourself to be accepted. You should be given that chance to be, we'll accept you until you prove us wrong. You know, like if I have a new bartender start where I work, I will treat them the same as everybody else and then help them along the way to become better. Or if they make mistakes, I will help them see what they're doing wrong and then improve from that. I won't kind of stand beside and judge them until they prove that they're good enough. There are people at work who do that. I don't like that. I don't like the whole sink or swim mentality because I don't feel like it's... It does show very quickly who can float, don't get me wrong, but it also leads people who need a little bit more support out to sink. And I don't like that. And maybe I'm just really, really harsh. When that fire officer who said, like, I don't even give you the time of day, I don't even think about you, came to him later on and was like, oh, here's my favourite movies, thanks for saving my life. Yes, it was really nice that he saved his life and like that led them to kind of give him more of a chance. Of course that was nice. But also, you should apologise for the fact that he had to save your life before you even thought about him twice or gave him any sort of opportunity. You even had a conversation with him about your favourite movie. You had to save your life for him to do that. I don't like that shit. Like, I would have been like, I appreciate the thanks, but I also want an apology. Like, you gave me no chance for no reason. So, maybe I'm just a bit of a bitch. Quite possibly a bit of a bitch. But also, I just think it's just not right the way they treated him. And I feel like I may be repeating a lot of what I said during the Hen episode about not being treated right, about being left out, being isolated from the rest of your team, like we saw him, and stay back and clean all the time, having to sit at his own table to eat. It's bullying mentality. It's a bullying behaviour. But as soon as I saw Brian Thompson's name in the credits, loved him on Buffy, and I forgot to mention last time, loved him on X-Files as the Bounty Hunter. Absolutely despise him on the show. And whilst I did keep saying to myself, look Scott, remember, at the end of the Hen episode, whilst that does take place after this episode, so you won't see it now, he does get kind of moved out because of of all the complaints put in against his behaviour. But I still didn't like seeing him, and I do know this season we've also got the Bobby episode, and obviously Bobby is a fire officer, so I wonder how that one's going to be different, because as far as I can see from the end of the Hen episode, Bobby wasn't working there yet, unless they kind of piece him into that storyline. Bobby wasn't working there by the time that Hen was there, so his ride, or his journey should be a little different, joining that particular 911 service, that fire service. But this episode was good. I liked seeing Chimney stand up, and whilst he was isolated a lot, what I liked is that he showed kind of what person he is, because he used that opportunity to test himself, to learn how to put things on quicker, how to train himself, and to keep quizzing himself and learning and training and getting quicker. All that stuff, he used his time wisely, so that when he was on the field, he's sharp as a whippet. Like, he can put that stuff on really quickly. He knows the inside outs of all the training stuff that he was doing with like the cards and stuff. So when the woman came in with a heart attack, or the husband with a heart attack, he knew straight away what to do. When he was out on the field, he knew straight away what to do. It was just really sad that to kind of really get to where he wanted to get to, his friend died along the way. But I did love watching the whole family mentality between him, his friend, and his friend's parents, because he obviously didn't have that relationship with his own. But his friend's parents seemed like such a lovely couple of people. Even though his dad was struggling at the end to come to Chimney, which is fair enough, I understand that. They have lost a son at the end of the day, and you want to look for someone to blame, I guess, in that situation. And Chimney and him becoming firefighters together, it's not right to blame Chimney, because in no way is it his fault, but I can see why, from an older, stubborn person, that might be the easiest person to blame when you can't deal with your grief properly. So I get it, he'll be fine eventually, and I'm sure they've made up by now. But they were such a lovely family, and that was really sweet to see. But overall, it's a really, really good episode. Emotional as always. Like I said, this series is definitely a try not to cry challenge for me personally, and I don't think there's many episodes where I've not cried. Even the one where I was like, right, Scott, you're not crying this episode, I had to literally force myself not to cry. So I can only assume that next episode, which I can see is called Fight or Flight, is going to take up immediately from where we left off, which is Manny being attacked, Chimney dying, because we had this episode now, which took a break from that, but we've seen multiple times Chimney's on the floor outside bleeding out, so I can't wait for next episode, but I'm also very scared. Very scared. I don't want Chimney to die, please no. I don't want Manny to die either. I'm hoping that he gets found and they save him in the nick of time. Manny will get injured quite a bit because obviously he punched her, but he tied her up. But they save the day and kill Doug. Fingers crossed that's what's going to happen. But we'll have to wait till next time to find out. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the episode. And as always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. I'm excited to read your comments on this one. This is a really emotional episode. The Begins episodes so far have both been really emotional, but really exciting to watch. I'm excited to watch Bobby's one later this season. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of 911 Season 2. Bye guys, stay safe and have a good evening.